Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can tell from the title of today's video, we are doing a chit chat, get ready with me. I think I'm gonna start doing these more because why not? And also I never wear makeup during the school week, so it's like a little time to like chat with you guys, catch you guys up, talk about different things, you know, fun stuff. Anyway, I'm currently in my pajamas, still with my satin bonnet on. It is 3:15, don't know if you guys can see that, it's 3:15. I've been doing homework all morning, ate some breakfast, decided to take a break. I'm not going anywhere today, I just wanted to look nice. And sorry if the light goes in and out. I'm right in front of a mirror in my apartment. I'm trying to figure out how I should move. I guess I should move over. I'm sitting in front of, not a mirror, a window in my apartment, so I love the natural lighting when it cooperates. So yeah, I'm not gonna focus too much on saying this is this product. I'll make sure I just put everything down in the description box. So it's the end of week 5 going into week 6. And time is flying by. I really did not think that it was gonna go by this fast. I thought that it was gonna drag by, like people, you know, everybody says like, oh, it flies by and all this other stuff. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, that's what you're supposed to say. Like, it's one of those cliche things that people say. But it really has been flying by and I'm really grateful for that. So we just finished week 5. We're going into week 6 and we only have 11 weeks left, and that's including finals week. So I'm really excited. Something that I will say is that we have a test every week. So this week we just had a community, the Well Community exam for Nursing 303. And then next week we have a Discipline of Nursing exam. And then we start the cycle over. The week after that we have a a fundamentals exam, and then after that we have a PATHO-PHARM exam, and then it just starts the cycle over. I know that a few people were like kind of concerned because we have our Discipline of Nursing exam on Friday, then we have clinicals that Wednesday, so we're getting validated on skills, and then on Friday we have a Discipline of Nursing exam, and then Monday we have a fundamentals exam, and then that next Monday we have a PATHO-PHARM exam. So it's just kind of like a lot in a very short time period, but I mean, we have no choice. This is what we signed up for. As you guys can tell, I'm in a different background. I moved out because that commute was actually killing me, and I kind of like thought to myself like maybe I want to move out, but it just became like abundantly obvious that like I needed to move out because I was waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and then telling myself I had to leave the house by 5:45, 5:50, and some days I would do that where like I would miss it by like 10 minutes, leave the house at 10 o'clock, not 10 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And then I would be sitting in traffic and still end up late for class that was started at 8. So I was like, this has to change. And then also like we got out of class that first week of school every day at 4. So I'd be sitting in traffic for 2 hours, get home, have to take a nap because I was so exhausted. And then waking up, like sometimes I would say, okay, I'm gonna take a 30-minute nap, set my alarm, sleep through my alarms or snooze my alarms, and then, you know, like wake up at 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, well, I have to be up at 5 o'clock, so I have all this homework that I need to do and I'm exhausted. So it was just one of those things where it was like, gosh, like I was just getting so frustrated. So I ended up saying like, yeah, I have to move. Like this isn't gonna work out, unfortunately. And I thought to myself, and I was like, man, like at home, I don't have any rent, I don't have any bills and free groceries. So I was like, I'm really like taking an L on this one because I didn't want to, but I was like, if I stayed at home, like I just didn't want to jeopardize like not doing well in school because of something like I'm not getting enough sleep. So now my current apartment, on a bad day, my commute is like 20 to 30 minutes. And typically it takes like 10 to 15 minutes to get to school. Also, I joke all the time with my friends and say like, this is prime real estate because, like there are so many restaurants, brunch places, those are restaurants. There are so many restaurants within walking distance of my apartment. So that's really exciting, really like fun, awesome, good things to do. And like I live in the city, a very gentrified part of the city, unfortunately, but I live in the city, so it's pretty cool to be a young professional living in the city and like getting to experience that, because I've been thinking a lot and like I don't know if after graduation I want to stay in Atlanta. That's one thing. I'm just kind of like, I've lived here my whole life. I think I'm kind of over it. And especially last year when I took all of those solo vacations, I really like got to experience different places. Like I absolutely loved Seattle. I loved New York. Texas was pretty cool. The only place that I didn't like was Boston. I hated Boston so much. Yeah, I hated Boston like with a passion. I would never like recommend anybody going to Boston. It was terrible. But I really loved New York and Seattle the most. I think it would be cute to like live in Seattle like as a newlywed. I'm not married, I'm not dating anybody, but like it would be cool to live in Seattle as like a newlywed and just like experience the city, do cutesy stuff. But I could definitely see myself living in New York like for a couple of years. It would be pretty cool. Another thing that has changed with me was, I don't know if I've said it, but like I'm notorious for working multiple jobs, like working 2-3 jobs at a time, and my nursing program made us sign a contract that we couldn't work more than 20 hours a week. And I work one job now, only one job, work as a tech in the hospital. I keep having to chase this light until it adjusts. I work as a tech and I work pretty much 1 day a week, every other weekend. That just works with my school schedule. And I mean, working as a tech, like it takes like a good bit out of me. Like once I'm done with that shift, like I come home and I don't really do much else for the rest of the day. So 1 day a week seems to be working with me, especially with like how much work that I have to do for school. I'm just kind of like, anything more than that, like I feel like I would just be falling behind. My eyebrows, I did this all out of order. I usually do my brows, foundation, then my eye makeup and all that stuff, but I definitely did this like way out of order, so don't mind me. I'm like really scatterbrained. I will say that the biggest thing for me with nursing school is like time management. Like I always thought that I did a pretty good job of like time management, like especially with working like 2-3 jobs. I thought that I did a really good job of managing my time and getting things done. And because like I'm thinking back to myself, I'm like, when I was taking all my prereqs and everything, like I was in a relationship, I was working like 2-3 jobs at a time. What else was I doing? Like I was just doing all this stuff, like still had time to hang out with my friends. I was more consistent with filming YouTube videos. I'm just kind of like, now like I don't really have time to do anything. Like I don't have time to like even make dinner. But yeah, time management is just like, I don't really know how I did anything outside of nursing school. Like I'm not in a relationship, like I'm working less jobs and I still don't have time to do things. And it's like, it blows my mind, honestly. I think still some of my biggest fears, I did that video like talking about things I'm most excited about for nursing school and things I'm like terrified of for nursing school. It's still grades. Like you'll get an exam grade because like we take all of our exams on our laptop. So like I know for fundamentals, we have a review immediately after the exam and you can see what you missed and then kind of calculate your score. It's like a raw score because sometimes they will go in and throw out a question, so your grade may go up. And I know with like Pathopharm, like we take the exam, we go on lunch, we come back, regroup, go over the exam, people ask questions, and then they release grades like no later than like 4 o'clock. So it's the same kind of situation. Like if there's a question that like everybody got wrong, they'll throw it out. Or like if there's a question where like somebody's like, well, you know, there are some discrepancies, like they'll throw it out. Like yesterday there was a question we had on our exam and it was a select all that apply, but it didn't say select all that apply, so a lot of people only selected one and they got it wrong, so that question got thrown out. I mentioned previously that in our program then you have to have a 75 test average in order to stay in the program. So that's like before, like going into finals week, you have to have a 75 test average. If you don't, then you failed out of the program. So that's like a really scary thing. And like you may be thinking like, oh, 75, like easy peasy, but I'm just like, nursing school is legitimately, like everybody says, and I know it's like really cliche, but it really is like nothing you've ever done before in your life. I will say that like my biggest weakness right now is select all that apply questions, because those are all or nothing, and they're like, you know, it emulates the NCLEX. They don't like give you credit on select all that apply if you miss even one of them. So my biggest thing has been like, I'm trying to separate, like my biggest struggle is like trying to separate what I know as a tech and what's textbook knowledge. I'm like, well, at work, this is what I do. But then the textbook teaches you a different thing. Like there's one question and it pissed me off. It was asking like, what are some things that you would do after a patient, like it was in fundamentals, and was like, what are some things that you would do as the nurse after your patient eats lunch? And I unselected oral care because I'm like, in the hospital, I don't brush people's teeth after they eat lunch. Like what? And I unselected it and it was right. And it's just like one of those gut feeling types of things. Like I am the worst at trusting my gut. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I just select all the apply questions, like really, like I can't win with them. I cannot win. That's another thing that I've learned with nursing school tests. Never change your answers. Like never, ever, ever change your answers. Oh, because that is the worst feeling. It's like I get more upset with myself because I'm like, why did you change your answer? Like, what was your reason? What was the reason? Insert Cardi B screaming. I have a blog. I don't really like advertise it as much, which that's on me. I really should. I try to post weekly. This week I haven't posted anything just because like I guess like school has really gotten real, as if it wasn't real before, it was fake before. I have a crazy amount of blog posts over there. I think I'm up at 120 posts, something like that. But I have like food reviews, different places, not just in Atlanta, but like places that I've traveled to. Outfit of the day post. I feel like the narrator of a crime show, like when my face is like half in the light. Don't mind me, the sun is staying right here and I don't know why. It's really kind of annoying. Let me move my mirror so I can just stay here and you guys can catch the light. This is awkward, like all this open space. Forgive me, I'm sorry. I'll bust out the ring light next time. Sorry guys. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do in terms of grad school, trying to find mentors for that, shadow, do all those types of things. And again, it's really hard because if I'm in school all the time, then when do I have time to really do these other things? So that's a struggle within itself. Just, you really have to make time and carve out time and keep yourself on a strict schedule. Like I feel like I'm a newborn, like I have to keep myself on a schedule. Like from 12 to 2, I'm gonna do leisurely things. And then for the rest of the night, I'm gonna study. There's a girl in our cohort that made a grandmaster calendar of all the due dates, all the readings for every single class. God bless her. Her reward is in heaven. In terms of free time with nursing school, I don't really feel like I have any free time. But yeah, it's really hard living in the heart of the city and not like going out frequently or just doing anything. Like it goes back to that, like, oh man, watching like everybody in your cohort like do fun stuff. Not everybody, let me take that back. Watching certain people, I feel like it's one of those things where when you want something, then you just see it everywhere. So like a lot of people in my cohort are getting married or getting engaged, same thing. And I feel like it's like a magnifying glass. Like I only see people getting married and getting engaged and I'm just kind of like, I just want somebody to eat barbecue chicken pizza with me and not think it's nasty. Barbecue chicken pizza with pineapple and red onions, but whatever. But I guess my textbooks are gonna be bae for now. I'm keeping it casual. I'm not wearing anything special, just this t-shirt, want to keep it comfy. Lots of stuff going on. I live right near a train track. The trains run multiple times every single day, and then that was another group message chiming. I need to turn this off because I don't like hearing it. I mute them and then I just check them at my own leisure. Yeah, you guys can always find me on Instagram. You can always find me on the blog. And I will definitely catch you guys later. I hope that you guys have a fantastic day. It's Saturday, so whatever day you're watching this, I hope it's fantastic. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.